welcome back. This is a reading for fire signs for the first week in October for Aries, Leo and Sagittarius with male and female clarifiers. It's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you would like a personal reading, all my information is below. Click on the down box. So your overall message for the week, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is hedgehog love. Positive, uplifting new friends. This sort of means you're going to find your soul tribe basically, and it may not be with your existing group of friends, but I'll read it. This card indicates your true family will be for a time a group of close-knit friends who look out for each other and have lots of fun times and adventures together. It is a bit of a close group, not so welcoming to outsiders, but its members are very protective of you and of one another too. You may feel like you have a new adopted family, as if you were once an outcast and have now come home. You may find great relief from loneliness and isolation, or you may discover new animal friends and pets, or a group that cares deeply about animals could be about to enter your life. While this group is very tight, your individuality is respected and encouraged. It is very supported. This could be a rich and exciting social time, and you will find new friends while on adventures. Your peace of mind is developing and growing, and the more gratitude you show the world of nature, the more this deep peace will grow and endure. Even when it comes time to move on, as it shall come soon, you will be able to shift into a new environment fully protected and with a great deal of help. Your friends, old and new, are never far from you and will never abandon you. Not now that you have shared so much together. The friendships you make at this time are very loyal and could last forever, which is just lovely. Keep that in your head as we go through the readings, guys. So first up, we have Aries. As you see, I've got a hell of a lot of cards here because it is a bit of a developing story. It is just for the week, and I had to stop myself or I'll be here all day. But Aries, I will do your monthly reading next based on this because it does look fairly interesting. Your main energy for the week is the Eight of Wands, coupled with the hedgehog love here. It can be communication, but really, and it is that, there's an element of that coming through, certainly for my female Aries. This is more about escape. In my Mythic Tarot deck, this is after the battles, after the competition, after the rivalry and the hassles. This is making your way towards a clear stretch of water, you know, unencumbered really, but there is an element of this moving very fast, but also having your friendly dolphins with you, protecting you, which is very similar to the hedgehog love here. So overall, really good energy for the week. There is movement if things have been a bit stagnant. Now for my feminine Aries, you may have been dealing with an emperor who's come through as a god. Benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Seeing this person as fairly positive, obviously. The Emperor is very much in control of things. He can be your father, he can be your husband, he can be your boss. Keep an open mind as to who this represents. But he's all about strategic planning and being very respectful and just being in control of things. Now, either with the Six of Swords here, this is a very calm energy as well. This is putting the Five Swords down, the battles, you know, the conflict, and moving on, as is a man on his own. Now, he's either moving away from you or moving towards you. I do think he's coming towards you, Aries. I'll show you why. I do have him with the Ra card. So this is a real upsurge in energy. This has been very much propelled in a new direction. If you look at both these cards with the Eight of Wands and the Six of Swords, you know, all the upsurge and messy waters have been left behind, but there's real movement here this week, Aries. With this Ra card, this is very, very fiery. It's pure potential. It can oftentimes be not very grounded, but it's very much been attracted to strong energy. I'm just getting an overall very passionate drive in a new direction towards someone's soul tribe, or where they feel more comfortable, where they feel they should belong. Now, because the Six of Swords can be ambivalent, are you moving away? With it being the Emperor, is absolutely masculine energy. Do not question it. If they are moving away from you or moving towards you, or what do they have to say? I do have Sylvanus with my honesty card. With this combination, you're getting the whole truth and nothing but the truth, if that's something that you've been waiting on. My honesty card is often my confession card. It's often quite a weepy confession because it is very truthful, and it often comes with a bit of fear, you know, in imparting this information. But with Sylvanus here, this is removing the mask, cutting through deception. It's a massive truth that could be coming your way this week, my feminine Aries, from an Emperor that you may be in separation from. Not necessarily, but it does seem that way, I have to say. And I specifically asked what truth it is they want to impart, and I have got recovery and enlightenment. So again, it's sort of alluding to the fact that you could be separated from this person, and they have been in recovery. There's something they have learned here, maybe about themselves, maybe about you, maybe about, you know, whatever it is they've been involved in. And the enlightenment comes through, you know, facing your fears, basically. And recovery is about, and the backstory here is collecting all your childhood wounds, and as she does, it forms a key to the door and her eventual release. So incredible energy, Aries females. I think it looks like a pretty excellent week, I have to say, but I will be doing your reading, so hopefully we'll get a wee bit more on that. Now, for my Aries male, I've got the Empress and the Lovers. So I've got the Emperor and the Empress here. So this could be your wife, your own mother of your children, but there's a decision being made here in terms of a love. So maybe you have a love choice to make, Aries males. And I think this decision that you're going to make is going to come as a surprise. I actually think you could be leaving a wife for a long-term partner, or if you're younger, it might just be your own mother. This Empress has come through with quite nice energy. She's a mediator. She's as a gift for negotiating fairness, strategy in personal and professional life, and respect for both sides of the argument. So very balanced energy. This Empress, I kind of get there might be a pregnancy here. The Empress is often pregnant. She is all about abundance and good parenting and, you know, good fortune. She's literally Mother Gaia. But there is some sort of surprise here now, as this might be your decision, Aries males, or it might be her decision. But I do have Gotcha here, which is my Tower card in the traditional Rider-Waite. This is a breakdown of structures. This is a complete curveball, a rude awakening. It's something, it can be very positive. I kind of feel it could go either way. For some reason, somebody has some faith in the situation here. It may be that faith that is about to be erupted, because it's a very sudden shock here. It's a very sudden shock, and the shock is that there's some sort of ending here with the Coffin card and the family room. There's some sort of major change in your home situation with your partner. It's not clear to me whether who is making the decision here is what I'm seeing, Aries. Because I have a wealthy man here with my Lease of the Shadows. The wealthy man, when he comes up in a spread, especially if I'm reading for a male, he would be my main male. This is often the other man. But I don't have the main male coming up here, so this could represent your own energy, Aries. That's why it's a little bit confusing, but you will know whether this is something you're contemplating, and if it's not, that might be why there's a shock. A wealthy man is usually very stable financially. He's my stockbroker. But with Lease of the Shadows here, this is breaking free of something that is usually quite dark. It can be breaking free of an addiction to something, to someone, and it is like the first wobbly steps to healing here. So it looks like a fairly eventful week, but I will come back to my positive, uplifting new friends in that however this plays out, I think it is moving all my fire signs in a healthy direction to where they ultimately should be heading. Certainly the Aries female, looking all good here. My Aries male, I'm really not sure, but you'll know. Hopefully you will know, but it's definitely eventful, that I will say. Coming on to Leo. Leo, your energy for the week is the Three of Pentacles, which is really lovely energy. You could just be working very hard. This is, you know, collaborating with others. This is sharing ideas. It is usually in a work situation. It sort of represents, can be home repairs. You might be doing some jobs around the house, but it's all about skill and quality and teamwork, and all very good stuff is your main energy. Now, my Leo females, yeah, I think we have got an issue here with a bit of a player, with my Knight of Wands. This is a very fiery energy. I mean, it can be your own energy, but I normally stick with my, you know, masculine and female, and this is specifically for female Leos. This is someone, I think you might be waiting on this person, Leo, to come and, you know, come back for you maybe. It's come through as my Damsel card, which is waiting for a knight to provide for you, and seduction by romantic illusion, and that is basically the Knight of Wands MO. He is very seductive, very alluring, pretty unstable, very unreliable, comes and goes as he pleases, and I think he may be making a bit of an exit here. I mean, he could be coming back just for the Seven of Swords, going in the opposite direction. But with this combination, my Seven of Swords, my Iris of the Rainbows, and Vanity card, this is someone who, this is your ghoster basically. This is someone who has a very massive ego, thinks a great deal of themselves, doesn't really give a damn about anybody else. And they would quite happily leave, you know, in the middle of the night. This is someone who just disappears on you and you never hear from them again, and you've no idea why, because they want something else basically. With Iris of the Rainbows here, this is often the I mean, it could mean that they have released this deceptive energy, but I'm not really getting that. But this is somebody who has who's got a promise of a new future, a promise of a better future, and they're putting something behind them, but they're very much driven by their own ego, their own greed, their own vanity. So Leo females, if that's somebody that sounds familiar to you, that's definitely one to be given a wide berth, in my opinion. Just concentrate on your work with the Three of Pentacles here, you know. And as I say, we'll come back to positive, uplifting, new friends are coming your way. The people that are meant to be in your life will be coming into your life, and this sort of person is hopefully very much on the way out. For Leo males, your main energy, gosh, so much fire, strength, and the Five of Wands here. So this is like a quiet strength with my Piper card here. I feel that you're really determined to stick with something that you're quite passionate about, very passionate about. I think this could be a person with my fairy who was kissed by the pixies here. This is my Lover's card in your traditional Rider-Waite. So you may be having conflict with your partner. You may not be sharing it. It might be something you're bottling up and keeping to yourself with the Five of Wands here. I just feel your energy is quite stoic, but you are very passionate and keen with Loathis here, very fiery energy again. Loathis is a slight warning, always comes with him, because he can be very hasty, he can be a bit destructive, and you know, with strength, this is a very large ego as well in the strength card. So you may be battling your own ego internally. I don't see it as anything negative, I'll be honest, Leo males. I think this is just something that you're working on within yourself, and you're very keen on someone or in maintaining your relationship. With completion in reverse, this is very much something you do not want to end. So maybe if you've hit a bit of a bump in the road with your partner, or you know, just someone that you're very keen on, you're pretty much hanging on in there and very determined to see this through. But I don't think you're sharing how much of an issue this is for you currently. I didn't do a lot of clarification because I run out of space for my Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you'll get a fantastic card here. This is the Ace of Wands. This can be new romance, a new job. It's creative inspiration. It's the upsurge of new energy towards a new project. It can be a very sexual card. You may be starting a new passionate relationship with someone. It's really good energy. Now for my females, I do have the Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords here. So I think there's been an ending. Either this is to come in this week, or it's something that has happened in the past, and hopefully where you're moving towards is a brand new start elsewhere. But this is something that's left you very nostalgic, possibly waiting for someone to return. This is Psyche, who's not considering her other options. She's very much got her heart set on Eros, and she's just waiting for his return. She's very serene, very calm. But with the Ten of Swords here, this can be exhaustion. It can be exhaustion. Clarify the Ten of Swords for my Leo females. Just one, please. Clarify the Ten of Swords for my Leo females. Oh God, yeah. Sorry. This is my grief card. You're not letting this go. Sagittarius, sorry, I just said Leo. This is something you're not able to let go of just yet. And that's okay. Sometimes it just takes time, but you're obviously very sad. There is something that has ended here, and this is just your stage in the process, Sagittarius. There's no point in hurrying it up. It's just got to be processed in its own time. But you do have an Ace of Wands here, so please pay attention to this. And you do have maybe new friends and new options coming up this week. You maybe not be able to see it if this is your current mindset. You'll be very fixated on what you've lost rather than what could come your way, which is really what Psyche is doing here. But please bear in mind, Sagittarius females, you do have something else here. There may just be a project that you need to concentrate on to help, you know, lift you out, to bring a wee bit of balance to this very heavy, sad, nostalgic energy. But, you know, don't beat yourself up about it. If this is where you're at, this is where you're at. It's just a weekly reading, but there may be something that could grab your attention and help lift you a wee bit this week. And for my male Sagittarius, you have got the Page of Wands, which is quite fiery energy again. This can be really good news coming in on the work front with the Eight of Pentacles, especially with the Ace of Wands. So if you've got, you know, a couple of job applications out there, or you've tendered for a few, you know, contracts, you could be getting some really good news on the job front with this combination. It does look quite excellent. A Page of Wands can be a fire sign child or a younger person that you're dealing with. This could be someone in your workplace. It could be somebody leaving a job, because the Page of Wands in my Mythic Tarot is about escape as well. So there's a lot of movement for fire signs this week overall. Yeah, this is escape. This is when Zeus sends the golden ram. Oh crikey, his name escapes me. How annoying. But you could actually be leaving one job for a new job, but ultimately it does look like really good news. Let's just get a wee bit of clarification for you. Clarify the Page of Wands for Sagittarius males, please. The Page of Wands for Sagittarius males. The LOM, unconditional love, unconditional receiving. This is one of my couples cards. It's the Eight of Pentacles. In a slightly different direction now. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of communication. Page of Wands with Arvo Parrot. Oopsie. Arvo is all about communication. He's very calmly deliberates what he's got to say before he says it. He's pressing his little throat buzzer here, so you could be getting news on the job front. I'm not sure why the LOM is here though. Clarify the LOM for the Page of Wands. Clarify the LOM for the Page of Wands for Sagittarius males. Impatience. Gossip. Oh, crikey. Crikey, what is this? If you're married and in a relationship here, my LOM card is my feminine here has been through the wars a wee bit, and the male that, you know, the little stone man, she sits on his head here. She often to me feels like she's kind of lost patience with him, because he can be a bit of an idiot, to be honest. He's a bit stupid. I always get that impression. It always feels like a long-term relationship where she's kind of like a bit tired of it, so that your wife or your partner may be getting a bit impatient that things aren't as they should be. But there's the Ace of Wands here. Why is the LOM here for my Sagittarius males? Occupation again. This might be somebody you work with, but it's definitely some sort of work stuff. Now we've got distance horizons, and that's about dropping the weight and moving on again. The LOM. Who's the LOM, or what is the LOM to my Sagittarian males? What is the LOM to my Sagittarian males, please? There's both. We've got quite a lot going on here for a weekly reading. Sagittarius, this is the courtship card. So that's normally like the early stages of a relationship, to be honest. He hasn't, like, you know, let go his little arrow here. He hasn't quite made the mark. So you might just really fancy somebody and you quite would like to move towards them. What is gossip? What is the gossip about? It's probably not the best deck. It's a bit harsh sometimes. What is the gossip around the LOM? What is the gossip? Mature woman. Who's the mature woman to Sagittarian males? Who is the mature woman? She's a blank page. You want a new start here with someone. I mean, you literally might want to leave a long-term relationship. You might have met somebody at work that you're very keen on, who is possibly older than you, or maybe you're a wee bit more mature yourself, and you just want something brand new. It might involve you moving jobs, relocating. I mean, it's all good. What is the Ace of Wands then for Sagittarian males? Last card. What is the Ace of Wands? I'll add you to my list for my monthlies. What is the Ace of Wands? This sort of means that you quite fancy somebody. It's what I'm getting, that you're kind of watching somebody. It might be somebody that you work with that you've literally got the hots for. With the Ace of Wands here, you feel quite sexually attracted to them. I don't think they're paying you much attention. The way my LOM's looking, it might be making you a bit sad, Sagittarian males, because she's got her back to you here, the LOM. I do think it's somebody you work with. And you might be getting a job offer that might be taking you in a new direction. Okay, I'm going to leave that there because we are at our time. So an advice card for fire signs, please, for the first week in October. Fire signs for the first week in October. Fire signs for the first week in October. What advice can you offer my fire signs for the first week in October? Please like, guys, before you switch off. It's the only way it gets out there. Stay rooted and grounded and let go of the need to be right. The only sort of conflict I saw was for my Leo males, so that might be, you know, more pertinent for you. Stay rooted and grounded is all about the heart chakra. This is Archangel Raphael, Earth Guardian. It's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you're rushing ahead or making a decision based on your more fearful responses, you will miss out on the growth you deserve. Take some time to calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. Breathe, relax and connect with your centre. Then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than turn into a weed you have to deal with later on. And that's fairly obvious. Let go the need to be right. So this message is, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? I sure hope that you know the answer to that one. Okay, fire signs, I hope you have a super week and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.